Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the business pathway portion of the evening. We are talking about the capstone courses within the business pathway, specifically one of the nice capstone programs that are available at National Louis University. My name is Valerie Norris. I am a principal at the specialized schools. Previous to this year, I was at Elk Grove High School as assistant principal for student services for 22 years, where I worked very closely to build the pathway, to partner with National Louis University. And this particular program is near and dear to my heart. However, I do have other experts with me this evening. I have Erin Enoch, who is a middle college coach and one of the supports in District 214. We also have a student who's participating in the program now, Miss Sabrina Ramirez. She attends Wheeling High School. And Sabrina, give me a thumbs up. You're a current NLU middle college student, and she is well prepared to answer any questions, which is wonderful for you kids out there to hear directly from another student going through the program right now. So thank you for your time. And last but not least is Miss Lady Gill. She is the Associate Director of Student Success at National Louis University. So you have a District 214 staff member, a District 214 student, and a National Louis staff member to talk about the program. So just to give you an overview, and then we'll take some questions from the panel. Erin, we'll talk about our business courses and then specifically more about the NLU middle college.
So thank you guys for showing up today. This program is really amazing. I've been with it for the past 2 years, and I've seen 2 classes of seniors cycle through this program and just flourish and succeed taking these college courses at National Louis. They provide such amazing supports for these students that are seniors while they're high school students, and they've made sure with our partnership that everybody is successful at the end of it. So it's a really amazing program. What you're looking at right now is the idea of the progression of classes that students will take at District 214 before they apply to the business program. So we're hoping that students at all the schools in District 214 will take advantage of these classes up here before they apply to the business program, Capstone, at National Louis. What we're looking for in a student is somebody who's interested in studying business in high school or in college. I'm sorry. There's no SAT or GPA requirement. We just would like you to be college ready. What will happen is by the end of your senior year of high school, the student will have completed their freshman year of college. So at the same time they're taking high school classes, they're taking college courses, and they will have enough credits to say that they've completed their freshman year of college. What you're looking at is a sample schedule of what a student's day would look like on an A day versus a B day. And I think one of the first questions that we wanted to talk about was, what does a typical day look like for a student who's in the middle college program? And we were going to let Sabrina speak to that because she is living it.
Alrighty, so a typical day as a high school and college student, it sounds a little crazy, a little all over the place, but it's really not. So I go back and forth from Wheeling and NLU. So classes start at 8:30 and end at 11:30, and depending on what letter day it is at Wheeling High School, I have a block schedule there, so I get to have a set of classes on one day and a set of classes on another day. So luckily, my awesome counselor was able to give me a more of a free day on one of my days, so that I am not, loaded with a whole bunch of work or thrown with so many things at me. So yeah, I usually when I go to NLU, I stay there till about 11:30, and then right after I have a lunch period about 30 minutes, and then I either head out to I go out to Wheeling. Sorry guys. Either I go back to Wheeling and I spend the rest of my day there until 3 o'clock. And then I'm also a student athlete as well. So that also takes what is it, 2 hours of my time till about 5:30. So it's a pretty full schedule, but on V days, I have the entire rest of my day to myself. So I'm there till 11:30, but then right after I have all the time in the world to do, homework, clean my room, whatever I need to do and get done. I have the time.
Thank you, Sabrina. So I think as you guys saw on that slide, by the time you get to senior year, in the NLU Middle Business College is one of many different opportunities available within the business pathway. We're just highlighting it because this is the topic of this particular session. But for the middle college, we've over the years learned that students don't want to entirely be on National Lewis's campus. So your counselor will kind of tailor make a schedule so you have mostly NLU, but you still get to have courses at your home school, whether that's Wheeling or Prospect. And a lot of times, Sabrina, it looks like your classes are at the end of the day at Wheeling because you can stay then for after school activities or check in with your counselor if you need to, something like that. And it sounds like it's really highly customizable by the time you get to senior year, depending on what graduation requirements you still need to fit in and what you've completed as far as your Wheeling graduation requirements, but then fitting in NLU. So it sounds like you worked really close with your counselor to tailor make a schedule for you, right? So, and that's why we call it middle college. You're not, one foot is on the Wheeling High School campus and one foot is on the National Lewis campus. So thank you.
If I could jump in, sorry. When we're talking about this schedule, these students, there are 23 of them currently, and it's a cohort. So they are all together on the National Lewis campus. And we have students from Elk Grove and Rolling Meadows, so all over the district, and they are all together, learning together, but then they all go to their home school at 11:30. So from 11:30 to 3, they can they tailor, their schedule to fit their needs. But everybody is at National Lewis in the morning.
And speaking of that, given that you're on a high school campus and a college campus, Sabrina, can you talk about the resources that are available to you, given that this is kind of your first time taking college courses on campus?
Sure. Yeah, NLU, I must admit, they have a lot of resources from, if you need some food, they have a, what is it called? A
food pantry.
I'm sorry?
Food pantry.
Food pantry, there you go. They have a food pantry, and we even have like essay drop-offs. So if you're not feeling too confident about your writing, there's people there to help support you in that as well. So NLU's got like a wide variety of things to help you with. I also get a ton of emails about free counseling, which is always a plus to get somebody else's opinion, that's not like your family member or your friend. It's good to get somebody else's, an outsider's point of view. So they've got a lot.
Yeah, to add a little bit on that, every middle college student will be assigned to a student success coach. In this case, I'm the student success coach for this middle college program, and I have been for the past as well. And pretty much my job is to make sure the students are having the best time at NLU and making sure that they're using or getting access to the resources we have at NLU. We do treat students as college students already, so we expect a lot of our students with the understanding, of course, that they're also senior students, but the expectation it is for them to take advantage of every resources. Like Sabrina mentioned, we have writing support systems, we have counseling services. It is just a matter for the students to open up and just let me know truly what they need. This year and last year, because of COVID, we have been able to provide some money or funding for students who are struggling with internet connection or even laptops. So we have been able to bring those resources, usually only utilized by our undergraduate college students, but now we're also taking into consideration middle college students so that they can take advantage of that as well.
Erin, would you like to add anything else about any services that District 214 would provide middle college?
Say, since they're still a District 214 high school student, every resource that our high school students have, they are still able to take advantage of. So you still have your counselor, you still have your social work and school psychologist at your own school. You can also tap into your own old business teachers at your home school. And then to add to that, they have another student success coach, which is myself. So Lady and I work real closely. We meet bi-weekly and talk. I get to talk to the professors at National Louis to make sure that our students are staying on top of their studies and doing everything they need to do, so that I can remind them on my end from the high school end, and then Lady reminds them on her end. So it really is a team effort. I kind of say that this is almost like college with training wheels. So we're trying to give you a little bit less support, but we're still there, making sure you don't totally fall off.
Yeah, something unique about being at college is that the level of support systems is it's huge, right? I'm also working with undergraduate college students, and we do have the same level of support, but now having District 214 supporting this group of students is just make a perfect, like almost like a family, right? Like everyone taking care of each other, making sure that everyone is doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we don't get to see this very often in other colleges.
The students also do a really great job of supporting each other. I believe, Sabrina, aren't you guys all in this text thread together to remind each other about things and to help each other out with questions?
Yeah, we actually, we all exchanged like Snapchats with each other, just so, because we knew that it was going to be like a little hard trying to get into everything. So we all like are just all kind of leaning on each other and figuring out when certain assignments are due and just letting everyone know when everything is due. We're like Lady said, we're all kind of like a family here, and we're all supporting each other. It's not just every man for themselves.
And Sabrina, while we have you, can you tell us what you did to prepare for middle college? What courses did you take? Any other advice for students who might be interested in pursuing NLU Middle Business College?
So I unfortunately wasn't able to decide what I actually wanted to do up until this year. So I didn't really take any classes per se, but I am in this program called Avid, and it kind of helped me with my time management and helped me figure out, there's a lot that you have to do by yourself, and nobody's going to be holding your hand telling you have to get certain things in at a certain time. And, Avid kind of prepared me for that. Some advice that I'd give would probably be to do your work at school, making sure that you get everything in on time and work on that time management aspect. It's really crucial when it comes to knowing your schedule, making a calendar. It's it's like minute by minute, hour by hour. It's really hard to keep up when everything's just in your head. Writing it down is a lot easier than just counting on your brain.
Thank you for that insight.
Also,
Sorry,
middle
Lady.
college, one of the first classes they take over the summer is one called the Student Success Seminar. I was really privileged to be teaching that class this summer, and that's the class that is meant to help our students get used to what it is to be in college. There's so much about changing your mentality or adopting new studying skills so that they can be successful in college. So yes, the expectation is for our middle college students to behave as college students, but we're also giving them the tools and the opportunities for them to grow on and to continue working those skills they have been able to learn through the Avid courses and other courses they have taken through their high school years.
Sorry, my 9-year-old son just entered the room. Of course, right on cue. We'll ask him if he has any insights into NLU Middle Business College. But I did want to go back because Sabrina, you mentioned you didn't necessarily take business courses, that full thread of business courses that we saw at the beginning that Erin showed. So for those of you who are watching this evening, I did want to say, yes, there's an introduction to business course, and then the courses get narrower based on the student interest, but you didn't necessarily have to finish that entire pathway to apply to National Louis. And actually, in Sabrina's case, you just kind of came to the realization a little bit later that you wanted to study business, correct? Gotcha. She said yes. Considering that this is a capstone course, and more than likely a student will take a business course or two and then land in the middle business college, what can students do after they graduate from District 214 upon completion of this program? Erin or Lady or Sabrina?
Well, oh, you can go. Go ahead.
Something that I was telling my students when I was teaching the student success seminar is that just having the opportunity to be in this program and being able to earn the first year in college while attending high school is such a blessing for so many to have, right? At the end of the day, if they choose to stay after and then attend NLU, we're talking about that they will be able to graduate with a bachelor's degree in business in only 3 years. For the most part, students will have to go to different colleges. They will have to spend 4 years or even more, like even 5+ years, or even go to community college, which that's an option as well. But then with NLU, they don't have to take any remedial courses. They don't have to take any entry courses. Every single class students are going to be taking from day one are going to be college credit courses. So it is just amazing that this group of students, if they choose to stay, it is only going to be 3 more years of college. And then they can just go out in the field and do whatever it is that they wish to do with their education.
It's also a $10,000 savings. So you're paying a dual credit fee. So for District 214, you pay a $50 per dual credit class. Which if you compare that, because you'll take 10 classes at NLU your senior year, so to the $10,000 you're spending, or you'd be saving, it's a huge savings. You're getting ahead of the game. You're feeling what it's like to be a college student with the supports. And there's just so many benefits to this program, especially if you really believe that business is the pathway you want to go into.
And with all due respect to NLU, the hope, yes, is that then students enter NLU as a sophomore upon graduation. However, if life takes a detour, you can transfer those NLU credits to another institution. So NLU is highly transferable. If someone wants to attend another institution or even change their major, a lot of the courses that you have scheduled for the students could transfer to another degree. If someone has a revelation and decides that they want to be a teacher all of a sudden, or pursue art, but still go on to college, they can transfer those credits too.
Yeah, I do 100 agree with you. In fact, something that I have been able to learn through my work with middle college students is that even though they are coming to middle college with the idea that they want to focus on the business track or business education, those realizations happen very often, and students change their mind. And Sabrina, correct me if I'm wrong, but all I said during the when I was teaching the class was like, if you happen to think about something different, maybe business is not your calling, let's take a look at this opportunity for you to realize that maybe business is something that you want to pursue, or maybe you don't want to pursue. And if after your graduation from high school, if you choose to do something different, that is okay as well. That is completely okay. So as a student success coach, I'm equipped to have conversation with students if they're wanting to change their major. We have so many other different majors at NLU that students can choose from. We just need to see how the middle college classes will transfer over these other majors, but the opportunities are endless.
Correct. And when you sign up for the program, you're not signing on any dotted line saying, I'm committing to National Louis, I'm committing to business. That's not what you're committing to. You're just committing to giving the program everything you've got. So.
And you have to say too, that business really intertwines with nearly everything that you might major in. For instance, my hairstylist, she studied cosmetology and now is going out on her own and starting her own business. And she did say to me, Mrs., she calls me Mrs. Norris. Mrs. Norris, I wish I had a few more business classes in high school or afterwards so that I can set up my small business successfully. So even though I don't think that you would be behind in any way, shape, or form, and I am a former school counselor as well, you would not be behind should you decide not to enter business, because again, the credits are highly transferable and the topics are as well. And given that we're about to run out of time, Sabrina, Lady, or Erin, did you want to give any last thoughts to or advice to our audience members? Anything I might not have covered?
I don't think so, unless there was anybody else had a thought. I just really would encourage you guys all to look at any capstone. If it's not business, it's nursing, it's any other program that District 214 has to offer. They really do a great job of providing any and every opportunity to our students. So
Yeah. I would add for students to not be afraid to give yourself a chance to try something different, something new. This is a very unique program in a really unique situation. So you guys will be learning a lot through the middle college program. And even if you have no idea what you want to do after graduation, just give yourself an opportunity to learn and to help other people guide you through this conversation, right? You have so much support in high schools, but there are other people outside of your high school, like National University, who are really hoping to make the difference on there and to really help you make the most educated decision at the end of the day. This is your life. We're talking about your future, and we are working together to guide you the best way as possible.
So I'd like to thank the panelists this evening. I'd like to thank the parents and students that are out there for taking the time to learn more about what District 214 has to offer, and you're well on your pathway to discovering your future. If you are interested in this NLU Middle Business College, I would certainly say your first step should be to make an appointment with your school counselor at your home school and map out. If you're a freshman, you can map out the next 4 years. If you're a junior, they can certainly within the next few weeks provide you with more information about the application process. Counselors will be going through some professional development near the end of the month, and in November we'll be ready and equipped to help students choose coursework for next year, and that would include the NLU Middle Business College. So thank you to everyone, and we will end the session.